So welcome back to Minehead. The final of the 2014 UK Open is just minutes away. What do you do if you are the two finalists in terms of preparation for that final? Do you keep throwing in the practice area? Do you put the darts down for a few minutes and get away from it and empty the mind if that's possible? Let's try and get a handle on how it all works for the two men who'll be back with us shortly. Back down in that practice area, there is a sofa under some considerable strain. Chris Mason, Ned Bolting and a special guest all taking a breather.
Indeed, we're actually not very far away from where the two finalists are, just preparing as best they can in the time that remains from them. If we can just pan over there, you'll see behind that mysterious black curtain is where it all happens. That's where they're throwing their final few darts in the warm-up area and getting ready for the big final. Chris Mason's here. Mervyn, you've been very kind to come and join us.
No problem. That was sit down.
Yeah. I was going to say, how is it sitting down? Are you all right?
Yeah, it's sitting down's fine. It's
getting up.
Yeah, I'm going to need some help. So don't just get up and leave me, will you?
Certainly won't. That was all right, wasn't it? You were happy enough, even though it was a defeat.
Yeah, I mean, as defeats go, it was acceptable. You know, nobody likes lose, and we all play to win, and we all play to the best of our ability at the time. It's how you handle a defeat. I mean, I was quite adamant that he was not going to walk all over me. The way he started, it looked like he was going to do that, and I was, no, you're not having it. You're going to see some of me before you walk off this stage. And he did. No, I pulled myself back into it, so I'm quite happy the way I played. Even though I lost, it's a work in progress, and they come back nicely.
Well done you, Mervyn. Chris, you're both, I suppose, interested spectators in this final. It's going to be a cracker if they live up to their potential, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm quite interested to really what Merv felt about the Terry beating Michael. Like, everybody thought it was a massive shock. We've known what Terry's like for years and years and years, and it's not that big of a shock.
Chris, we know what Terry can do, and we've both been on the receiving end of what Terry does, so it's not a massive shock that he beat Michael. Michael's playing brilliant at the moment, but Terry played superb. He was in them 180s like, well, it was just for fun.
Yeah, very much like yourself though, your game has come on leaps and bounds in the last 8 months. You know, we would know, sadly, when your dad passed away, it was really tough because he was always there. It was part of it was part of your team as well as being your father. So, but you have to be impressed with how your game's coming. But I know you were frustrated because it was little bits, but those little 1s and 2 percentages have made up sort of, you're up around the 100 average mark again where you should be. The 180s look like they're flowing for you, and you look good under pressure.
I feel better than I was 18 months ago. I was in a real bad place when I lost my father, and it took me a long while to get out of that place, you know. You never really get over it, but you learn to cope with it, and I'm now learning that he's still here, maybe, you know.
Use it as a driving force.
I've put a lot of work in over the last 18 months. I didn't really see any improvement. People kept telling me they were coming back, and I thought, well, I don't know what you're on about. You know, it just feels as bad as they were. But the support I've had, especially from Winmar, my sponsors, has been absolutely brilliant.
Great people.
And it's now actually starting to work, and I can see it now, so it's good.
Great stuff.
Well done. I mean, these are the last few nervous moments for these two players, so we'll leave it perhaps on this, a prediction. Start with you, Mace. That's your job these days. Come on, live up, earn your money. Who's going to win?
I've got a funny feeling Terry's going to win.
You're going for Terry Jenkins? Come on, Merv.
I've got to go for Adrian. I mean, he done me up like a kipper there. I've got to go for him, and
I'll tell you what, we're not going to do him up like a kipper and just get up and leave him, are we, Mace?
Nah.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. They're naughty, naughty boys, aren't they? Naughty boys. By the way, you might have noticed Chris left his phone on the sofa. The wallet didn't escape from the back pocket, however. It's all nice and quiet down there. It's pretty rowdy in here, I can tell you. They're keen to see some darts, and they will very shortly. How did you were lucky enough and good enough to play in a good few finals. How did you like to prepare? A little bit of quiet time or get darts in the practice board? Or?
Just how you feel at the time, really. Everybody's different. I mean, people say, well, it's easier to have a break, but it's all down to the individual. Whatever you've got in front of you, you deal with it, and that's it. You just get ready. You know what you have if you want a quick 10-minute sit down, but it's the intermittent practice. You can't just keep doing it constantly. You've got to just do it intermittently, and then you're ready for when you walk on.
The bookies make Terry 5-2 and Adrian 10-3 on. Is that right for you?
Well,
a bit sharp?
Probably a bit too sharp there for Adrian, to be fair. It is, you know, Terry has played well, but it is 2-horse race, and Adrian, you know, he's number 3 in the world, twice former world champion. is going to be an outstanding favourite, isn't he? But Terry will have something to say about that, I'm sure.
And although it's slightly longer, again, in as much as it's best of 21 to first to 11, you still feel it's not a sprint, but it's a fast start required from certainly Terry.
Well, you kind of think that in every game, don't you? He did that in the last one, and then all of a sudden had a bit of a dip. Michael came back at him, but he kept persevering. He never really went behind as the leg progresses and the match progresses. So he's got to keep doing that. Make sure he doesn't get too far behind and despondent, because his game's been reliant on that in the whole of the tournament. He's had some close calls, but he's got over the line.
Enough of the chat. High time we saw some more darts. The final of the 2014 UK Open is upon us. Terry and Adrian are all set to make their bows once again. So let's get them out with John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The waiting is over. After 3 fantastic days of play, it's now the grand final of the Coral UK Open Championship, coming to you live on ITV4 from Butlins, Minehead. All brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. It's now time to meet our finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, into his 8th major final, it's time to let loose the Raging Bull, Terry Jenkins! And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to meet the reigning European champion and the 2-time back-to-back champion of the world, jackpot, Adrian Lewis!
So the Raging Bull squares up to the young lion. Adrian Lewis starts as favourite. Best of 21, first to 11. The final is upon us. As you can see in the box, Alan Warren-a-Little, who, to borrow a football phrase, has quick feet for a big man, has joined Stuart Pike.
He's made it, and so has Terry Jenkins and Adrian Lewis. 138 players came and dared to dream on Friday. 2 are left. As Terry Jenkins, at the age of 50, can he finally win one of dart's big TV majors? Is this his time? Or is Adrian Lewis, the 2-times world champion, going to make it 4 major titles? Lewis, in form, has been terrific. After surviving a scare against Ronnie Hybrex, he has been, well, the form man. But Terry Jenkins, his performance to beat James Wade and then Brendan Dolan, and then epic performance against Michael van Gerwen. He deserves to be here. The ball hits the ball.
Well, we've got 2 very big crowd of favourites here. Both these 2 players are very popular.
Coral UK Open.
Adrian
First
Lewis,
leg, it's Terry to throw first. Game
former world
on.
champion. Terry Jenkins in his 8th final. yet to get one of those big titles. Well, he's playing well enough.
100.
He's taken out the favourite. So why not?
Michael van Gerwen was stunned. He was so disappointed. He was
134.
inconsolable after that defeat. Terry Jenkins, no doubt, deserving his victory. Here he is in another final, trying to shake off the nearly man tag in the world of darts.
30.
Well, 2014, the Chinese year of the horse. The darting fraternity, can it be the year of the bull?
137.
8th attempt for Terry Jenkins. Will this be his year?
45.
A few nerves, I'm sure, for Jenkins. He started so well against Michael van Gerwen, racing into a 5-1 lead, and
45.
always felt that he had to do the same here, had to make a really, really strong start against Adrian Lewis, because Lewis as a front runner is very, very difficult to peg back.
140.
Well, since halfway through that game against Ronnie Hybrex, he's looked unstoppable. He got a long way behind against the Belgian.
59.
Since then, has produced some of his best darts in any tournament. So it's a big job for Jenkins.
Yeah, 7-3 down to Hybrex,
54.
198.
Aiden, you require 126.
Looking at 126, the 19th ring. Well, the radar off for both of them in this opening leg, to be fair. 132.
Terry require 132.
Will he go? Ball, double 16. Oh yes, another one of those. Terry Jenkins looking at the ball. Well, he went for treble 14. I thought there was room there. I thought there was room. Worth a shout, worth a gamble.
Well, the ball hit the ball, then he didn't go for the ball.
84.
And that's no ball.
Aiden, you require 40.
Tops for Lewis to win the
Gibbs on
opening
the
leg
first leg. Adrian
against the
Lewis.
throw.
Second leg is
Jenkins will
Aiden to throw
be
first.
hugely
Game on.
disappointed with that. Whatever happens, by the way, Terry Jenkins has clinched himself a place at the Grand Slam of Darts later this year by reaching the final.
59.
Adrian Lewis already there.
Well, Adrian will go up to third. Terry Jenkins looking to get in the top 16.
100.
If he wins this, he'll certainly achieve that, and maybe a little bit higher, somewhere around 12th, 13th.
96.
Well, seven major finals. He's lost the World Grand Prix twice to Taylor and Wade. He lost in the
60.
final of the Premier League to Taylor, the final of the Desert Classic to Barneveld. He lost two World Match Play finals as well
108.
to Wade and Taylor as Lewis hits the first of the final. And of course, he lost in the Grand Slam as well to Taylor.
Well, they've got to be a good player to get
100.
there. Just not managed to get over that line. But it was great to hear him say earlier, he certainly takes 7 more finals. Would be nice
126.
to win one.
Well, the scoring, which was so exceptional against Van Gerwen, isn't there for him at the moment.
140.
Tops
Aiden
again for
require
Lewis.
40. Gibbs on the second leg.
That all goes
Adrian
well,
Lewis.
doesn't it? He's had 2 darts at tops,
Third leg
he's
is
hit
Terry
them
to throw
both, and he's
first.
2 up, and
Game
Adrian
on.
Lewis looks in the mood. When he won the European Championship in Germany last summer, he played the second semi-final, and he said it suited him down to
82.
the ground. Off stage, 15 minutes straight back on. No time to think about it.
That's exactly right. Every player's different, but that's what he prefers.
174.
But Terry needs to get to the meat and gravy of this final very early.
123.
Good stuff. But you've been in this position. I mean, you for a long time, you were struggling to win a major, certainly in the ranks of the PDC. You finally got
134.
there. And of course, every time it doesn't happen, it gets harder to happen, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, because everybody keeps mentioning it, like correspondents and commentators.
140.
But that's the way the game is. I'm doing it myself now. It is hard. There's so many good players out there. If you're not at your best,
134.
you won't win.
Terry require 156.
Well, look at this, 59 after 9. But can Jenkins take out 156? Well, it was sitting nicely the first dart.
Adrian, you require 59.
Is it going to be 3 darts at tops and 3 hits? Double 10 for 3-0. Well,
49.
how important could that prove to
Terry
be?
Maguire, 56.
Lewis, that was for a breaker throw as well. And Jenkins here hits
Here's
tops. That could be
Terry
crucial.
Jenkins.
That could be so
Well, it's Adrian to throw
important.
first.
Jenkins
Game
got away
on.
with one there. Of that, there's no doubt. Lewis with 2 clear
85.
darts for 3-0.
Well, it looked all and sundry, as you say, like 3-0. Back to 2-1 though. Always a good feeling when you get that first leg on the board in a TV game, certainly in a TV final. But Lewis seems to be in the zone, just that one miss at the double, he's up for it. The big man from the Potteries. He wants this title.
Yeah, well, there'll be a new winner and a new runner-up
59.
at the UK Open. Incredible to think, it's 12 years of the UK Open and there's been a different beaten finalist every single year. And that record
59.
will hold sway again in 2014. 50,000 for the winner, 25,000 for the beaten finalist.
61.
Yeah. Well, they're all out in force on the last evening here.
41.
Lin's Minehead. A terrific weekend for the darts enthusiasts. Oh, Jenkins. Oh, that's his first maximum. He hit plenty against Van Gerwen. That's his first one against Lewis.
96.
Well, Lewis has left top.
Terry Maguire 141.
141. This would get him into the final, okay. Well, a rueful shake of the head from Terry Jenkins. Adrian Lewis
96.
could well have been 3-0 up,
Adrian, you require
but
40.
for missed darts at double.
Gibbs on
But he
the
doesn't
fourth
make
leg.
any mistake
Adrian
on that
Lewis.
occasion, and Lewis 3-1
Fifth
up
leg is Terry to throw first.
with 103
Game on.
average. And Jenkins has it all to do. He's got to up his scoring.
Well, when you've missed a couple of darts at the double, like
60.
Lewis did, when he was on such a good roll in that third leg, Jenkins nicked it. It was important for Lewis to hit the
100.
double without Jenkins having another return to maybe level. So Lewis very much in the zone.
66.
Well, a terrific 3 days here at Minehead. The full house signs have been up.
140.
There's little doubt that the 2 best players have reached the final, and Adrian Lewis and Terry Jenkins.
100.
Terry Jenkins bangs in his second 180. That's what he needs. He outscored Van Gerwen in the semi-finals, but this is a brilliant response
140.
from Adrian Lewis. This is more like it now.
It's starting to heat up. Still 13 points. 14 points in the average and rising. Bad visit here from Jenkins.
It's a big leg, Alan, because again, it's a chance.
21.
Well, what on
Adrian,
earth?
you require
From
121.
195, he hasn't left himself a finish. He could really suffer here. Double 18 for Adrian Lewis
Gibbs
for a
on the
1-2-1.
fifth
And at the
leg.
moment, it's one-way traffic in the final of the UK Open. Is there going to be more heartbreak and despair for Terry Jenkins in a major final? He has it all to do. Adrian Lewis in control. 11 to be champion, and he leads 4 legs to 1. the final of the 2014 UK Open, and it's one-way traffic at the moment. Adrian Lewis, the 2 times world champion, 4-1 up on Terry Jenkins, the darting bridesmaid. Is it going to be more darting despair for the man who's already lost in seven major finals? Was the high point of the weekend for Terry Jenkins, beating Michael van Gerwen in the semi-finals, but a huge difference with Lewis averaging 107 and Jenkins only 90. The scoring power of Lewis has just taken him away. Simple as that. Too good thus far in this final. What's Jenkins got to do?
Well, he's got to certainly up it. He's only averaging around 90 to beat Van Gerwen. He's certainly a lot higher than that, despite the Lewis 107 at the moment. He has to improve his, certainly on his own throw, giving too many legs away. And another great start from Lewis in this leg.
You just can't see it happening at the moment, can you?
121.
Just got to hang on in there, Terry Jenkins, and you know, I think as well he's got to hope that Lewis just has a lapse in concentration and
96.
goes off the boil, but just no sign of that happening at the moment. Here again in this leg, 9 darts thrown, he's left just 97.
Well, he did it a maximum
55.
in the previous 2 legs,
97.
but lost both of those. How about that? No messing.
Adrian Lewis.
11 darter, a 97
checkout.
checkout. And this is as good as you will see, as Lewis's average now moves up to just
59.
shy of 111. And in a major final, I'm afraid that's just unbeatable.
No, it's not bad, is it?
96.
As I said, soon as he got over the line against Ronnie Hybrex, he's looked unbeatable. Talking to him before the semis, he actually fancied his chances,
60.
whichever one he played, Jenkins or Van Gerwen, because he's got belief in his own game. Even Elton's enjoying the proceedings.
But you know,
100.
even the leg that Terry Jenkins won was only courtesy of Adrian Lewis missing 2 darts at double.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
87.
He's starting to think about it now. It's going to hurt if he does have the 8th defeat in a major final. Oh, Terry, he'll always have a smile on his face, but it will hurt. And Lewis, now, he is looking
Unbeatable.
mean.
Yep, unbeatable. That's a third 180 to add to a 174 and a 177. Well, went for the ball in the end, but these are the slim pickings that Jenkins has been left, 155, and I'm not sure that Jenkins believes that he can come back into this at the moment.
You require 40.
He's looking a little bit despondent, and that's because Lewis is relentless. He's not giving him any more opportunities apart from those big finishes.
Too good. Far too good. 5 from 7 on double top. That's 4 180s, 177 and a 174 in that 140 column as well for Adrian Lewis. His average is nearly 114.
Well, importantly, he hasn't had any bad shots, has he?
134.
No bad shots.
And he makes it look so very, very easy.
That's better, Terry. That's better, Terry. What I'd like to see. Is it too late in this leg?
100.
You can gauge how well he's playing, the quality of the darts, and he was frustrated with just scoring 100.
100.
He's hit more treble 20s than single 20s.
Well, if he doesn't hit this, well, he hasn't gone for the bull route, because Jenkins on 161. He's only leaving him scraps. Maybe if he hits one of these big finishes, it could galvanise his route back into the final.
130.
Oh, not to be.
Adrian, you require 40.
Lewis gambled. Can we finish the job? Well, double 10. Oh, he can, never in doubt. Never in doubt, and sadly for Jenkins, it's turning into a rout.
It's not happening, is it? It's not happening, but you look at the 110 average. If you're throwing second, you're going to have a 12 darter every time you throw second in a match. And under 15 if you're throwing first. Relentless from Lewis.
Oh, it really is astonishing. You have to say, well, your heart goes out to Terry Jenkins, who's done all the hard work, beating Stuart Kellett and Paul Nicholson and James Wade in a last leg decider. He was brushing aside Brendan Dolan. He was brilliant in beating Michael van Gerwen. But a fourth 180 for Terry Jenkins doesn't look like being enough. Incredible, absolutely incredible. 3 maximums in this leg, 2 from Lewis, who's hit 6 in all. Adrian Lewis is giving us an exhibition of the very best arms that you will see anytime, anywhere.
Well, he just can't miss anything, can he? Is he going for the ball? Yeah, he's going for the ball, and that's why, because he's going to hit the ball. Not Terry, but the one in the middle. 8-1 Lewis, relentless from the twice former world champion. He just can't miss.
Well, it's sometimes you just got to look
100
and enjoy. High regard. I mean, it is top tungsten. It really is.
96.
He's won 2 world championships. Of course, he won the European Championship, and he's closing in on a 4th major
100
with the promise of many more to come. For a long time, it was a sense of enormous frustration for Adrian Lewis that he couldn't add another major to his 2 world championships. A lot of players would settle for that, thank you very much. But this has just been an extra special performance from a very special player.
Well, strangely enough, 2 world titles, as we know, he's a better player now to me.
177.
Well, another 177 to add to the tally. The average is 112.
85.
Relentless.
38.
Irresistible. He's thinking about splitting it here. Well, he got caught in 2 minds. The first dart blocked the bed.
That's his first mistake. Not bad when you're in leg 10. Tops for Jenkins.
96.
Just couldn't reach.
Well, it is so good, so very good, and an acknowledgement from Terry Jenkins. Adrian Lewis is 2 legs away from a brilliant victory in the finals of the UK Open. He's averaging 110. It is a rout here at Minehead, but it's been brilliant to watch. Stay with us for the finale. Lewis 9-1 in front.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stick 2 with new batteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be Matt's stick mic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you.
Well, you've got a feel for Terry Jenkins in another major final. He's getting whooped, to choose a phrase, by Adrian Lewis. There are another few words that could pertain. 9-1. It's going to need more than a miracle, as are our commentators if they're not going to be at this for 10 minutes or less. Chris Mason and Jim Proudfoot now in the box.
Thank you, Matt. Well, it is the same old story for Terry, unfortunately. 7 finals before in his career.
140.
Never been a bride. He's been a bridesmaid more often than Zaza Gabor's best mate.
140.
There have been 5 of those previous 7 finals have been settled by legs rather than sets. His best result in those, an 18-9 defeat.
60.
So it is the same old story,
not
Mason. I
even
just wonder
halfway
whether
there.
it's frozen and history is just on his shoulders.
Well, I think it's more to do with the 110 average from AD. Absolutely phenomenal standard. Not let Terry get involved at all.
100.
Not even letting him build any momentum. My record in TV finals in the combox reads just as badly the last time I was here. I managed to do just the 1 leg. This occasion, I'm going to get to do possibly 2.
98. Adrian, you require 124.
And this for a 10-1 lead. Maybe the treble for a shot at the ball.
92.
And it goes without saying that Terry needs this. There's no margin for error in the rest of the match.
Can't finish now. Just had a brief chat in between the break with AD, and he's saying that he's using a fresh set of darts out the box. And he finds that on TV he feels he's just getting that little bit of extra traction from his fingers. Incredibly, after his semi-final,
57.
he said to me he was feeling a little jaded. My goodness.
$45.
8 successive legs. Adrian Lewis has won. His 4th major title is on its way. Look at this. There's no let up at all.
120.
Even the bounce out came out of the 60. Been very consistent all weekend.
100.
His last 3 matches have seen him average 99, 98 and 99.5. Now, the pressure's on in the final. His
97.
average is 108.
Yeah, his tournament average of over 100. Look at those numbers.
140.
So potentially 6 darts away from yet another major title.
140. 60. Adrian Uruguay 87.
This is his first chance at it then, 87. Double 18 for the match and the title.
Coral UK Open champion, Adrian Lewis.
14 down to wrap it up. He's won 11-1 with a finishing statistic of nearly 60% and an average of more than 109. It was breathtaking. It was brilliant. It was demolition darts at its very best. Adrian Lewis has blown Terry Jenkins away. Another final defeat for Terry. That's 8 out of 8 for him now. Solace in £25,000 in prize money, which takes his career earnings over £1 million. For Adrian Lewis, it was a breathtaking performance. His 4th major title victory. Four wins and 3 defeats in 7 major finals is a pretty solid response. He's been in good form all weekend. You think that he came so close to getting eliminated by Ronnie Huybrechts. A 9-8 victory in round 4, and he never looked back. He only lost another 12 legs in the next 4 rounds. Adrian Lewis is the champion. Let's rejoin our Master of Ceremonies, John McDonnell.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had an amazing 3 days here in Butlins Minehead, and now it's time for the presentation. Would you please welcome, on behalf of our title sponsors, Coral, Claire Edwards, and on behalf of the Professional Darts Corporation, their commercial manager, Mr. Tim Reynolds. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the runner-up receiving the trophy and £25,000, and that goes to the Raging Bull, Terry Jenkins. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. The winner, receiving £50,000, the magnificent trophy. His 4th major title, and of course, most important of all, the 2014 Coral UK Open champion, jackpot, Adrian Lewis.
Well, that was easy.
Not really, no, honestly. I mean, I started struggling halfway through May's game, to be honest. My fatigue started to go down a bit. We've had a busy few days. Drank plenty of Red Bull. Not give me wings, to be honest. And then I come out firing there. I knew I had to against Terry because he's been on form.
Well, we were talking pre-match that he needed a fast start, but you came out the blocks like nothing.
Yeah, I had to do, you know. Like I say, he's been playing really well. I thought, right, you know, he's lost, you know, a fair few major finals.
I think it's 8.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So I knew he was going to be under pressure to win this one. Obviously, you know, both of us hadn't won the tournament before. But my aim was hit him early and get my teeth into him, really.
There was obviously, perhaps for you, a turning point in the tournament where you easily could have gone out to Ronnie Huybrechts.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow hung in there, and then from there you've kind of accelerated away.
That was right, yeah. I think he gave me the kick up the backside I needed, I think. 7-3 down, and I was dead and buried. I found an extra couple of gears, and he come off the boil looking up at me, and that's why I'm here today champion.
4, as we heard from John, big titles, 2 worlds, and obviously 2 we've seen on ITV. You're getting used to it? You're still hungry for more?
I think I play better on ITV than I do on Sky, to be honest.
Well, we can take that.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, looking forward to the next one now. I think ITV do fantastic coverage, and I'd just like to say, obviously, thanks to my family and my sponsors and everybody, all the fans out here. I mean, look at them all. You know, you don't get a better crowd than this here.
I think they don't mind watching you.
I know, yeah. Well, when I'm in that form, I don't mind watching myself. It's when I come up the wheel, I'm rubbish.
Your champion, Adrian Lewis. Let's bring in Terry, if we may, for a quick word. I want to say commiserations because I'm sure that's how it feels at the moment. But you've had a great 3 days, really.
Yeah, I've done all right. I'm chuffed to bits, really. I've only got the World Championship runner-up to go, and I got the full set.
That's a nice way to look at it. Maybe that'll come later in the year. But was it on your mind? All of it, because everybody keeps labelling you as the bridesmaid. Does that get on your nerves?
I suppose it does a little bit, really, but I'm happy. I mean, Adrian played awesome there. There wasn't much I could do about that. I'd have had to do 12 darters and 11 darters to try and beat him in every leg, really. But he was awesome. He deserved to win that.
He was hard to play against, I'm sure. We were talking pre-match that you would ideally, obviously, have liked to come out the blocks like you did against Michael and really giving him a tougher test, but it never gave you a sniff, really.
No, that's right. No, I'll have him next time, though. I'll have him next time.
You can have me when he has his haircut.
No, he's playing brilliant again. He's playing absolutely brilliant again now.
But I would have thought when you get a chance to get over the fact that obviously it didn't go your way in the final, it's another reason to keep plugging away, isn't it? I mean, okay, it's nasty to lose finals, but the fact that you've been in so many, you keep going like this, you'll win one.
I hope so, eventually. I was going to retire when I was 50, so I should have retired 6 months ago. But so this is a bonus. This is a bonus for me,
I'll
really.
tell you what, man, could you say one thing there? Terry's been playing now, obviously, with these new flights, haven't you?
Yeah.
And he's been playing awesome with them, you know, on the floor, and obviously he's just showed this week what he's capable of. And I think, to be honest, I think Terry Jenkins might win a major this year.
I hope so. I need the money. Pay the tax.
Well, I would have thought that's... I was going to say that's the one thing you don't need. Titles you'd like. Perhaps cash would come second. It's the glory you want, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I would have liked to... I just wish Adrian had been off form a bit and just give me a little bit of a chance, but fair play, he whacked everything in there, and it was you just couldn't keep up with that. You just couldn't keep up with it. 177s and 180s, and he was absolutely brilliant. But I'll get there one day. I'll get there.
I hope so. I hope so for your sake. Two great finalists. I'm sure a round of applause for Terry Jenkins and Adrian Lewis. So well played to Adrian and of course to Terry. Gave us a great final, albeit one that went very much Jackpot's way. The match stats tell their own story. You don't hardly really need to see them sometimes. Stats are sometimes useful, sometimes you only need to watch the screen or what's happening on stage. Chris and Alan, who've joined me on stage, I'm sure will bear that out. It was Adrian's performance.
Yeah, phenomenal. Near 110 average. You're not going to live with that. You know what I mean? You've got, and that was similar to his performance in the Grand Slam when they did that epic match with Phil. They were 111 and 112, and he can sustain it. You know, he did that in his semi-final for big parts of the match. He can hold a average over 100 effortlessly.
It's just a natural talent the boy's got.
Well, he always has been. When he won the first two world titles, we saw what he could really do, and then he kind of went dormant for a little bit. Won that European one. He's probably playing the best darts of his career. You've got to feel for Terry, like probably every darts fan will. You know, because he's such a lovely bloke, one of the favourites for everybody. But Adrian was just relentless there. Really.
Well, he was. But what I was trying to get across to Terry, I'm sure he knows it better than I do, is that you keep getting in finals, you might win one.
Well, look at Kevin Painter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He eventually got there, and that was a great win. Great win for everybody involved in the game, because it's nice to have a new winner, and he will get there. You know, you can't keep knocking on that door and it not open.
No. Hopefully he'll get a chance and get the monkey off his back eventually. 8 finals and a loser in all is tough, but you keep coming against these young guns, it's tough.
Well, there's so many good players around now as well, as we've seen with some of the youth players coming through. It's going to get harder because Terry's been around a long time, but you know, he's had a fantastic tournament at the end of the day. He's moving back up the rankings where he belongs.
Yeah, no, Terry I'm sure will keep playing well, but what we have got obviously now with Taylor hurting, I'm sure, but 2 young players in Michael and Adrian who are jousting for perhaps the preeminent position.
Yeah. When we come back later in the year on ITV, that's what we expect to see, and that's probably what we're going to see for the next 5 years. And then the next generation starting to, get on their coattails.
We'll watch with interest. Chris and Alan, as always, a pleasure. Thank you very much. Before we go, let's just remind you of our next live darts on ITV. That will be the European Championship out in Germany. That starts October the 24th, so do join us on ITV4 for that, darts fans. And our next live football will be the Champions League. Perhaps a miracle needed for Arsenal, 2-0 down to the mighty Bayern Munich. They go to Munich, as do Adrian and guests, from 7:30 on ITV on Tuesday night. So commiserations, it has to be, I'm afraid, to Terry Jenkins, who's out, but your champion is Adrian Lewis. Night from us.
UK Open weekend.
Darts with a difference.
We're going to be dashing around today.
So much drama unfolding.
These 6 boards here, this is what makes this tournament special.
The prospect of giant killing.
There's no other tournament like it.
The hopes and dreams of so many amateur players.
It is an epic event.
138 players.
That's amazing.
It's rat-a-tat-tat, isn't it?
Chaotic.
It's like the FA Cup of football.
Well, darts really. The FA Cup of football is what it is.
Yeah.
That was magnificent. Bang, back in business.
There's a really intense atmosphere down here now, isn't it? It's really, you can tell this
You can
tournament.
smell it.
You can literally smell it down here. It's been that way all day, and it's only going one way as well.
Captain England. Welcome to the big time. A moment he will never, ever forget.
This is your moment. What a story for the young man.
Oh, this is sensational.
Raging ball. Michael. And the King. Marvin King.
A new name on the UK Open trophy. Terry Jenkins is through to the final.
He's ruthless, it's relentless. Adrian Lewis will face Terry Jenkins in the final.
Oh, fantastic.
Adrian Lewis has blown Terry Jenkins away.